on our way to the last quarter of the year. What's your growth outlook here for the Philippines?
The growth outlook for the Philippines, looking at the trend from the first quarter, we might be growing at approximately around 6 to 7% GDP growth rate for the year 2022. And this is actually driven by the recovery of our demand from the pandemic.
Should, for example, the BSP decide to extend this hawkishness up until 2023, even in the first half, would you feel like a technical recession might actually be on the table?
Well, not necessarily, because I believe that the rate at which we are hiking our interest rate is at par or aligned with how we project the growth rate of our economy to absorb any unintended consequences of these rate hikes.
Now, again,
I would say that
go ahead.
it is still managed.
Okay. Now, that hike, again, did little to prop up the currency yesterday, hitting another record low, although we're seeing a bit of a strengthening, at least at the start of the day. But again, like what I mentioned earlier, the peso hit another record low yesterday. Why is that? I mean, just for the benefit of viewers, give us an idea. I mean, the expectation is that that move by the central bank would somehow at least temper the losses or the weakness of the peso, but then that did not materialize yesterday.
Well, the recent depreciation of the peso can be accounted for or can be attributed to, number one, the rise of the interest rate in the United States makes the dollar more appealing than the peso. So the demand for the dollar is actually rising, making it stronger. And because the Philippine peso is pegged against the dollar, the counterpart effects would happen. The stronger the dollar is, the weaker the peso would be. That's the first one. Second would be, it's the strong recovery of imports. And because we are using dollars to acquire imports, the local demand for dollars is also increasing, therefore contributing further to the strengthening of the dollar and the corresponding weakening of the peso.
Now, how much lower can the peso go, especially now that the Fed is signaling at more hikes before the end of the year? Is 60 to a dollar highly likely by year end?
Well, personally, I do not see it reaching 60, but with the going play of the external factors, there is a possibility, but hopefully it would not reach 60, because as the Philippines, as mentioned in the report earlier, we are heavily import dependent, where it will continue to contribute to rising inflation by the end of the year until next year if we cannot temper this one.
But what's the worst that could happen here for the currency? At what level do you think?
Well, the worst that could happen, as far as the current data or current information is concerned, it might continue to remain 58, closing in on 59, but hopefully it would not reach 60, so that we can further manage our exports and import sector.